Welcome back again. Welcome back again. Let me straighten this up real quick. I kind of move all my statues a little bit, move the camera around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All right. Here we go. All right. All right. Now I know everybody gonna ask. They're gonna ask like, "Yo, bro, I noticed that you got the statues, right? You got the statues in the camera. What's up? Big high tech out here. Father Ra's out here. The son of Ra, which is Thoth. Not Thoth. Did I say Thoth? Did I just say that? Thoth. My bad. The reason why I say it like that is because I know it's me. That's why I say it. Okay, that's just for me. Okay, y'all won't understand that. All right. So, what do we have today? What do we have in this great existence? What I have is simply is this. Right? I want to let you know if you're going through something, you really ain't going through something. You really just becoming aware of what you got through. Ooh, I'm gonna show you something. See, you got two type of folks, right? The one that's realizing that they are not in the past anymore, and the one that's trying to return to the past, but the past keep kicking them out. The both of you are not alone. Okay, you gotta fight harder. That's the lie of the day. Okay, anybody. This message is for people that feel like they're alone. You know, if you don't feel like you're alone, it may not be the message for you. Okay, but for people that feel like they're alone, come catch this message real quick. Okay, about 27 people in the room. How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Hopefully y'all doing all right out there in that world. I know it's cold out there in that world. I know it's doing a lot of things to you people. I understand that. At the same time, make sure that you keep your triangle, your square. That's what a lot of people say. Okay, y'all have a great one. We're gonna wait for the we're waiting for the real ones to come on in. You know, certain people they pass by. Hi. For the people that pass by my lives and you are checking on me, right, to see if I'm upset, thank you so much. Thank you for actually at least checking on my well-being. I thank you so much. All right, all right. Some people they come in my life like, why is he not upset? What's happening is that the emotions, right, attachments, those have been destroyed. So no one can control me emotionally. That's why I've been telling y'all as the Matrix, y'all gotta fight harder. Okay? Y'all gotta fight harder in there. Now back to the people, right? That's actually, how can I say, starting to, or not starting to, have been on their path, right? Where you feel as though you had to let go of certain people that's stuck in the past. I would simply tell you, you are not alone. There's an exchange that is going on. You have to let go of your. Let me show you what's going on. You may be an individual, right, where you have maybe put in so much work for yourself, right, where technically you are out of the past, but you may have not realized it. So what happens is the past is going to play in front of you, right? What you have to understand is not to be emotionally attached to it. This is where a lot of people are losing the game at. They're like, yo, bro, like I get to this one part and it's hard. Like it's not hard, baby. All you have to do is let go of the emotion attachment that you have in the inside of yourself. Okay? The people that you holding on to, they're only designed to hold you completely down. So technically, you will be giving your power to them. They're only doing what they're supposed to. Okay, I know this is going to be a hard truth for you to swallow, but understand that they are designed so only to destroy you. You may not accept that as the truth, but the actions of what I just said will keep on playing. Okay, so what you have to understand is that you can't convert your enemies into your friends. Enemies go a long way. It's not just some people out there in the streets. Enemies can also be within your family. You have to understand you cannot be emotionally attached to your enemies that are within the past, because what they're going to use is your emotional system against you. It's just as much as, certain people doing what they do or whatever the case may be. I don't get involved with all that. Okay? So like I said, this broadcast was for people that actually coming out of the past, actually within the present and stepping into the future and understanding you cannot take the past to the future. You cannot take your enemies that you love to the future. You can't. So if you feel as though that you're being pushed out of the future, if you're being pushed out of the past, it's because you're in the present moment and you're supposed to be taking yourself to the future. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this one time. I have spoken to someone recently, and they've been trying to return to their past. And as they do, the past keep whooping their ass. So, with that being said, I'm only listening to their story, right? And it's basically just kind of giving them forms of information and data so they can guide themselves. Okay? What you have to understand is that for some, you can return to the past. For some, you cannot. It don't matter how much you try. You will sit there day by day and be in sorrow and pain, and you're putting yourself through it. You're trying to take everybody with you. Everybody can't go. Once your shit giddy up and it's only you, it's time to fly. You having these emotional attachments is keeping you down. And they know it. Furthermore, your enemies are so smart, right? Your enemies are so smart, right? They know who you really are. Mr. Smith knew exactly who Neo was, right? All right. Now, you may think they don't know who you are, but the actions of what they are doing to you is never going to change. I will give you something simple so you can understand. For the people that want to return to the past, try it out. The issues that you had with people in 2025, it would be the same issues in 2026. All you need to do is do this. Take you a notepad, write down the issues, and watch them same issues replay again in 2026. The past is going to do one or two things for you. It's either going to kick you away or you're going to allow it to destroy you. How do you want it, baby? Understand, a lot of people love their enemies. You love them, baby. You trust your enemies, baby. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. You know you trust your enemies every day. You go over there and you tell them, why are they doing this to me? Because you trust your enemies, baby. You don't trust the people, right, that actually would do good for you. You don't trust that. When a good person come by you, you look at them like they skeptical, don't you? Ain't that the right thing to do? When someone is actually treating you right, that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to treat that person like that. Not the people that's actually trying to destroy you, though, right? When the real one comes to your life, I just want to treat you right because I see that everybody in your life trying to destroy you. And I can see that you're something real. You don't give that future no time, which is a great decision for yourself, I guess. But at the same time, you complain about the past. How can you complain about the past when the past is only designed to destroy you? You trying to make enemies, you trying to make friends in your past that are only designed to be your enemies. Now, you got to look at yourself now. Is it that you actually love yourself? Is it that you actually adore your enemies? That is the truth. You have to understand with yourself, hey, these are things that I'm not going to accept. And if I don't accept them from myself, then guess what? I can't accept these things from other people. Selves. You not understanding, turning it off, and the destruction that they are trying to do to you is showing you self-love. You don't understand that, do you? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. You see this right here? What this is? This is a mind, right? We all got one, don't we? Okay. Let's pay attention to something simple. You have a mind. The mind holds memories. You can tell me about memories you had on 4th of July, holiday. Now let's ask a question. Do you love your mind, the precious jewel that you have on top of your head, right? Not to install memories of other people of trying to destroy you. Thank you. Do you love this enough? Huh? To not allow other people to come in your life and give you destructive memories in your own mind that you repeatedly talk about every day. That's what's going on. Why do you think you're talking about that? These people are trying to destroy me. Once you cut it off, I don't hear it no more. Thank you. So what's really holding you bound to these people? The emotional connection. Aha. And your enemies know it. And that's what they're using against you. They know that your mind is powerful. They know. They know you are something. Why do you think they're trying to keep that emotional attachment to you? Thank you. Keep you right down there with them because they knew that you was greatness. Crabs in a barrel. You obviously ain't the crab no more. You got to let them go. Now I done the work for myself. I'm not just going to sit here and just tell you what to do when I didn't do it myself. I done the work. Me, personally, can't speak for everyone else. I can simply tell you this. When it came to my family and me starting to let go, it was a different experience for me. Me, consciously, I didn't even know how to let go of these people until, right, I had to have certain discussions with certain people, talk to certain people, and I'll tell you exactly what happened. I went to my family and I told them, this is what I want in my dream, in my reality. I want to see us all working together, right? As we work together, let's build up some corporations. When I sent the message out, guess what they did, baby? They did what the past is supposed to do. We ain't trying to hear that trash. Reject that shit. And guess what I'm going to do, baby? I'm not emotionally connected to them, baby. I'm aware. So guess what I got to do? I got to take me and my plan. And guess what I got to do? I got to bust those moves with everybody else that's coming with me. Goddamn. Come here. I got another juke for you so you can understand the game, baby. Didn't I tell you you're not alone? Come here. Neo, right? When you first see Neo, can I ask you a question? Did he have a family? No, he did not. He was alone with himself. Okay. Now, this is the thing. Some new people came in his life based on him seeking the new change. God damn. God damn. New people came in Neo's life based on him seeking the new change. Not seeking and searching for the past, because the past have past people. There's no new knowledge in the past. Now, Trinity tells Neo, hey, we got a whole family for you. Morpheus is waiting for you. You ain't got to search for him. He gonna come get you. What Neo do? What he start to do? Hold on. Pay attention to what Neo do and what people do. Pay attention. He just finding his way. Mr. Smith is looking for him. Morpheus call him on the phone. Hey, sir, you need to get the fuck up out of here. Just like you need to get the fuck out the past. Setups. Huh? Morpheus say, hey, you need to go in that room over there. And as you go in that room, you need to crawl out that window. And if you don't do that, them damn agents gonna get your ass. The past gonna get your ass. Huh? Now, what Neo do? He hop out of the window. He operating as himself. He like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna just bust a move. Now guess what happens? He gets afraid. Don't everybody get afraid? I'm afraid to let go of my family. I'm so afraid. If I let go of them, I'm gonna be alone. Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Being that he didn't want to operate himself, Mr. Smith, right? Caught him. Guess what Mr. Smith is? People in the past. And guess what they doing? They want to see if you're going to give up your power of your mind to reinstall your digital character back inside the Matrix. What you want, baby. That's all they're going to do for you, baby. Okay? So when you're playing the game out here, be very careful with yourselves because people that you are around, they know exactly who you are. No matter if you want to fake it to yourself. They're not going to deceive themselves of knowing who you are. So why the hell are you deceiving yourself? Setups. Now let's get into the game. Okay? What happens? He goes inside the office, Mr. Smith, put the system back inside of him, right? Guess what happens? Neo wakes up. Look like a whole damn dream. Guess who called? Trinity. Trinity telling him, bring your ass underneath the damn bridge so we can get this damn system out of you. If you would have listened to us, that wouldn't even happen. Now, let's pay attention to the game. The people that came in Neo's life were the people for the future for him. Those were future voices leading the technology of his mind into the future. Can I ask you a question? Do you have past voices in your mind leading you to the past? Or do you have them future friends that you done led yourself to in order to keep you in the future? Setups. Don't ever tell me reality don't change until you change. You got to be the change first in order to project the change within the mind in order to project that change through your eyes in order to experience that change. Don't tell me nothing. You got this. It ain't nothing keeping you down. You got this. Stop looking in the background. You in the front. Pay attention to yourself because you the star that they trying to distort. Subs. So with that being said, right? Get to what you naturally need to do. Okay? Because this right here is a crown jewel that they want to control. I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been experiencing. Okay? Now, within my experiences of what I've been going through, right? I've been handling the way I need to. I've been actually operating a little bit different. Okay? But actually understanding myself in these moments. Now, recently what took place was, a certain situation. And this situation had to play out so I can operate as myself. Okay? Now, what happened in this situation was that I was at an arena. Okay? As I'm inside of the arena, right? Basically doing a little dishwashing job there, right? I'm enjoying the experience, whatever the case may be. You have other individuals that's in there, right? And what ended up happening was in that situation, there was a Puerto Rican lady that was there. She had some glasses on, nice little colorful hair. And she decided to, she was throwing certain things out in the garbage can. Now, before this whole thing took place, the supervisor informed me, could you take your break at 8:30? The reason why that is because the next person that's with you, they're going to be leaving at 9. I said, no problem. Okay? So I took my break at 8:30, came back at 8:55, which means I still have 5 minutes on break. Understand that I didn't get no training in this position. Okay? So I'm basically training myself what to do. All right? Now, the Puerto Rican lady is throwing out certain meats, right? I did not know certain meats go in the garbage can. Majority of the things that I was throwing was inside the garbage disposal. Okay. So as I'm watching her, I'm actually getting to know because I'm a visual learner. Now what happens is this. A Puerto Rican guy comes inside, right? Inside the kitchen where the dishwasher's at. He tells the Puerto Rican lady, why are you doing that? You're not supposed to be doing that. He's supposed to be doing that. Pay attention to what's going on. The Puerto Rican guy operates within control. That already lets me know how his mind moves. So, right, if I don't give him control over my mind, he's gonna operate in a upset manner, an unruly manner, a nasty manner. I understand that just by watching. This is going to be my opponent. Pay attention. I come around the counter. I ask him, hey, sir, are you okay? He did not take my words the correct way. Okay. So he took my words as, oh, you trying to press me. So he started to act like east side, west side, ghetto side. Okay. Understand? I'm just standing there. I'm not doing anything. Okay. I walked away. Guess who I'm calling? Security. Guess what security did? They escorted his ass and they fired his ass. And then guess what happened? He has a warrant out for his arrest. Setups. So, when you're playing the game, right? Why would I fight you, whoop you out, get arrested, and lose my money? You just lost the fucking war, bro. Your pride resides within beating him, right? But you won that battle, but you lost the war. Because on a simple fact, if you would have done that, you lose your money, now you go to jail. Setups. Now, being that I did not operate as how he wanted me to operate, the scenario gets reversed. Whatever that he's trying to project on me gets projected on him. Do you know why? I am not operating in the same energy that he is operating in. Let me show you what I mean. When you have one mind and say you have another mind, right? In order for things to collide with each other, both minds, right, has to operate in the same field, which means, let me show you, certain action cannot pop through if your mind is not interacting with it. What is my mind doing? Standing there. Am I interacting with him? No. So everyone is going to say he's just standing there. He walked away and he called security. And this is what happened. Now, let's pay attention to what the people are doing, okay? The people tell me, hey, you did right. You just stood there. You did nothing wrong. They told me that corporate is going to make a decision, right, on my job or whatever, right? Now, this is the thing. Monday comes by, right? And he tells me, right, that, you know, everyone said that you did everything right. You just pretty much just stood there. Corporate, right, told me we are terminating you. I said, okay. I need you to give me the legal documentation stating the reasons, right, and the guidelines that I have broken in order to be within the termination. The reason why I'm going completely through with this is because when you don't get your documentation, right, of what they're terminating you for, it could literally be a slam dunk lawsuit that you're walking by. Me, I'm not going to do that. The reason why that is because based on myself, I did nothing wrong. I'm not the one that got arrested. I'm not the one that lost my job. The people are also saying you just stood there. So what I'm looking at corporate is, right, why are they trying to give me a false reality or a false fakeality? Because the decisions that they are making, right, they realize, what reason did y'all do that? Now pay attention to the setup, right? I asked them this around 9 a.m. in the morning. It's past 5 o'clock now. They have not reached any type of information and data or sent me anything with legal documentation stating the reasons why I was terminated. So what you have to understand, that I understand, is this. What you have to understand that I understand is that people are like trying to make decisions in your reality, but they only remain permanent if you don't do anything. Thank you. So for me, how I look at it is that hey, it is what it is, right? But I need the legal documentation stating the reasons why y'all let me go. Because if you don't have a legal reason, then I have a legal lawsuit. Thank you. Case closed. Remember, I already have my documentation with the police when it comes to that individual. So I had the proof to my lawyer showing like you did nothing wrong. This is what this person did. They got locked up and then they fired me. What? Based on what? They're not providing legal documentation of what I did. My setup that I put in the people is I need statements from y'all stating that I just stood there. Thank you. So I can return all information and data to my lawyer. Thank you. I don't complain about shit. Why? Because everything works for me. That is not working against me. It's working for me. I would get a bigger bag on a lawsuit versus a paycheck setups. You have to provide legal documentation, right, of the reasons of the community guidelines that are broke in order to lead it into a in order to lead it into a termination. Okay? This is not a situation where we actually got into a fight. No, this was a situation where someone behaved in a certain way. I just basically sat there, walked away, called security, and I'm terminated for making the right decisions. I laugh. I'm not emotionally connected to money, people, any of that. When I got the news, I literally laughed at it just as much as I'm laughing now. That's nothing more than confirmation. Okay? So, what people have to understand within this world is that this world to me, in the battles that I'm going through, is more of like a footstool. Okay? I understand myself that I should not be emotionally connected to anything within this realm but myself. If I would have had if I would have had an emotional connection with money, guess what happened? As soon as they would have told me, we terminate you. Oh my God, it's such and such and this. Guess what I'm doing? I'm operating against myself. My soul, I'm gonna say this again for people that are lost in the third dimension. Your soul is more valuable than anything that's within this realm that is physical. Everything that's within this realm decays. The soul does not. So who's really valuable here? Okay. You might want to check that out. Okay? So, for me, I don't operate in that type of field. I just don't. Okay? And I've been noticing with, certain people and how the matrix goes, is trying to figure out how can I penetrate you? Keep trying. While it's trying to do that, I will proceed and keep on going into the future. It's a funny game to play. Okay? But I'm really laughing at it. Why? Because it's becoming very predictable at this point. Okay? So, right? What I would simply say in this great live that we have had, okay, you got the message. Like I said before, you are not alone, okay? What happens in this realm is that self may be isolating you from the past. Now, giving you new ideas, new creations, right? And using that knowledge to your will in order to, right, build the path of the future for yourself. Don't get me wrong, you're not alone. As you build your path, others will naturally come. The key thing is to just stay on your path and be consistent. To be you be so much into your future that you just swimming all in it. Okay? The things that people try to hold back, right, is nothing more than us to basically watch. That way we can view everything, and then guess what happens? You are the change will naturally happen within you. Okay? This is your ancestor General White God signing over and out. Y'all have a great one. Let's read some of these comments. I love doing that. Anyways, he wasn't the one. Agent Smith was the one. Oh, okay. A lot of people are Agent Smith. It be one Agent Smith the one he get whipped out every time. He do. Agent Smith is not the one.